I'm on the Elora Cataract Trailway today. It's a beautiful day, but it's actually really cold. I'm gloved up, I'm double gloved up, but my fingertips are cold, and it's actually warmer when you stop and stand in the sun for a bit. But I won't be doing an awful lot of stopping. It's a beautiful trail. The surface is really quite rough, but for much of the trail you follow along by the Grand River, and I don't know if you can see that. I would zoom in if my fingers weren't so cold, but there's actually ice on the Grand River, and that little township across the river is Belwood. I'm going to hop on the bike and see if I can get warmer, although like I said, because you've got the wind rushing by you, it's actually warmer standing in the sunshine. But I'm out here to ride, so let's ride. So the Elora Cataract Trailway is a beautiful trail, and it's got lots of really interesting features, but I think you can see from this little section here, quite a lot of it is rough. It's got like a muddy surface, not so much gravel on it as some other places. Doesn't mean it's unrideable. That normally happens when a trail has a lot of rocks on it, and this one doesn't have any rocks. It just means physically it's a little bit more demanding. And I can really feel it taking it out of my my puny triceps. But you know, we're all out here for exercise, so physically more demanding isn't necessarily such a bad thing. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Not too far to go to get to Elora now, so yeah, it's a great day. So there we are at the end of the rail trail, or the beginning, I guess, depending on which way you're going. Like all of them, it's a little bit inauspicious, but there's definitely a sense of achievement of arriving at your destination, and now the only thing I have to do is to go all the way back again. So this week has been a very interesting week. I had a cardiologist appointment for a stress test just the other day, and it's been quite a while since I've had one. It was actually before COVID, so I wouldn't necessarily say I was nervous, but if you have cardiac issues or a cardiac history like I have, you'll know that there's always that kind of dark cloud looming in the background. Now, for those of you who aren't entirely aware, a cardiac stress test is a way that they test your cardiac function under physical effort. So basically what they wanted to do was do an echo on me, so they get a nice image of my heart working, and then throw me on a treadmill and slowly increase the speed and the incline until my heart rate got up to 140 beats a minute. So this they did the initial echo, and then they threw me on the treadmill. They told me I wasn't allowed to run, and they started to ramp it up and they started to increase the speed. And the technician, who was a very good-humoured guy, or he was up until that point, asked me, do you work out? And I said, well, almost every day. And I was guessing that my heart rate wasn't going up as quickly as they were expecting it to. And then they kept increasing the speed and they kept increasing the incline, and it was kind of ridiculous because I was walking, I felt like I was in one of those silent movies, you know, where everyone's moving around and walking really, really quickly because the camera's speeded up. And then the technician said to me, yeah, we're not going to be able to get your pulse to 140 beats. And I said, well, that kind of sounds like a good thing. And he huffed and said, well, for you maybe, but not for me. I didn't, inside I was inside I was going, yeah, this is great, this is a victory, but I pretended to be serious and concerned. They did say they got it high enough for them to be able to do the second set of tests, so, you know, as soon as it got to a point where it was obvious that you weren't going to be able to continue walking at that speed and incline, they hopped me off the treadmill and did more echo tests. And I haven't actually spoken to the cardiologist, but I'm fairly certain it's going to be really, really positive. So yeah, we'll wait and see. And you know what, I will make sure that when I do talk to the cardiologist, I let you all know one way or another, good or bad. I don't think it will be bad, but good or not so good, I'll let you know what went on. But yeah, so that was my week, and it kind of gave me a really big boost. I will admit. I often find that I'm eating late, and I don't think it's that I forget. I just think it's I can't kind of be bothered to stop, normally because I'm enjoying myself too much, and so I guess really gels in my pocket would be a much better idea. But yeah, that's I've done 3 hours and I haven't eaten much at all. Well, I hadn't eaten anything up until just now, so hopefully that'll be enough energy to get me through to the last little bit. We shall see how it goes. This is a great trail. It really is a great trail. There's a lot of interesting sights. It's lovely in this farmland. It's so quiet. It's great along by the Grand River. That's really spectacular. Shan Dam is really interesting to look at. But a word of warning, if you are coming to this trail, especially if you're coming at this time of year where it's a little bit wetter, it is very, very taxing. I would say 50 kilometers on this trail is the equivalent of 75-80 kilometers on most other trails at this time of year. It's quite rutted, and I'm finding myself sinking into the trail quite often, so having to put down a lot more watts than I normally would just to keep myself going in a forward motion. But don't let that scare you off. You can always come and do a shorter section of it. There's lots and lots of trailheads, so it's really, really worth a visit. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I have, because I love being out on the trails. If you have enjoyed it, please remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you on the next ride.